I'm delighted to welcome our guest this afternoon at the Festival of Green Innovation, one of our country's leading industrialists, a man who has already done so much for UK manufacturing, who is passionate about prosperity for all and levelling up the northern regions. Until recently, he was the CEO of Siemens UK. Having worked for the company for 33 years, he took early retirement in 2019 to re-energise. He believes that innovation and productivity are the key to prosperity. Indeed, he was asked by the UK government in 2017 to lead a review into the digitalisation of UK manufacturing. This led to the Made Smarter Commission, which he now chairs jointly with the UK government BEIS Business Secretary. He's also the chair of the Digital Catapult and serves on the Industrial Strategy Council to advise government on industrial strategy. As though all this were not enough, and because of his allegiance to the north of England and his strong belief in the modern green reindustrialisation of the north, he has taken on the co-chair of the Northern Powerhouse Partnership. My guest is Professor Juergen Maier. Good afternoon, and thank you very much for joining us at the Festival of Green Innovation today. You have been involved in the region for many years, and I wonder if I could take you back to December the 1st, 2016. Many of us will remember that day so well. It was the day that Siemens blade factory opened in Hull. It was the culmination of a lot of work and negotiation on yours and your team's behalf.
I mean, the thing that I reflect back most is actually, believe it or not, the 5 years before 2016, because it took about that long to gain the confidence that we would invest in the blade factory in Hull. And the reason for that is because we were having the debates, which actually are exactly the same debates that we're having in new technology areas like hydrogen now. And remember, at the time, offshore wind power was 3 times the price of what it is today.
Yes.
And so, you know, there was significant debate and mistrust. And in the end, I'm pleased to say that key industrialists and key people from government all did come together and decide we're going to make a go of this. And that's what then led to the opening of the factory.
So you were once dubbed the government's unofficial Industry 4.0 SAR in 2017. I remember it well when you launched the Made Smarter report, which was about bringing British industry into the 21st century. You're now chair of Made Smarter UK. Tell me about that and who it's aimed at, and how can SMEs get involved? Indeed, why should they get involved?
We've now got about 400 million of investment going into the programme from the private and from the public sector, so from government. We are now building innovation hubs and research hubs to help develop new technologies for digital manufacturing, such as digital twinning, such as data analytics, robotics, virtual reality in manufacturing, all of these sorts of technologies. As we go into the year, we will be developing an SME digital adoption program for companies in Yorkshire and Humber. So look out for that. The place to go is madesmarter.uk.
And how is the fourth industrial revolution that you've alluded to going to help us in our race to net zero, particularly here in the Humber? And why is innovation very important in this, and what is the role of SMEs?
Yeah, so I mean, there's sort of 2 key answers to this, I would say. And the first one is, of course, that very important is the technology that is created to help the power generation, creating the power in a green way. And of course, Humber being at the heart of the offshore wind industry knows all about that. So that's the one angle, but of course it's now moving from beyond offshore wind and looking at the next technology areas. Very important in that is energy storage, as we know. Very key in that is battery technology. I think particularly interesting for the Humber will be green hydrogen.
Yeah.
So that is hydrogen manufactured from the offshore wind power.
Finally, would you have any advice for our audience today, particularly many of the SMEs in the region, and then also the political and civic leaders, as well as the younger generation?
Well, I think we really, really are at the point where we need bold investments and bold visioning, quite frankly. And the good news, as I've said, is that we've laid a lot of the good foundations in terms of innovation centres like Aura, like our various catapults of high-value manufacturing and digital catapult. We now need to have the confidence. So a lot of it is about leadership and vision and confidence. And I think it is up to civic leaders, national politicians, and businesses, very importantly, businesses, to help take that leadership. And by that leadership, that means being confident about creating the fourth green industrial revolution, but also at a more micro level to make sure that in our own businesses, small or large, that we invest significantly in technology, in greening our manufacturing operations, and invest in the skills and in our people. And if we do all of that, I have no doubt that we're in a pretty great place to create an even stronger and a vibrant, green, prosperous industrial revolution.
Excellent. Well, Professor Juergen Maier, thank you very much for joining us here today. And we look forward to seeing you in the Humber more often and helping us with this green industrial revolution. Thank you very much.
A total pleasure. And I look forward to post-COVID and being able to come and seeing a little bit more of the wonderful aura and the green industrial revolution happening. Thank you.